Hello everyone, welcome to the new video of No Code Cult. In this channel, we explore and discuss no code development platforms. A no code platform is a simple and easy to use tool that helps in building software applications without coding. In this video, we will be exploring Mendix. Mendix is a high productivity app platform that enables you to build and continuously improve mobile and web application at scale. So now, let's check out how this platform functions. For that, you have to go to mendix.com and then click on Get Started. Here it will ask you to sign up, so enter your name, your email ID, your passport, and then country region. And then click on these checkboxes and then click on Next to complete your signups. After you have created your account on Mendix, to create your app, you should go to this right side top icon which says Create New App. Click on it, and either you can create your app from spreadsheet or from a blank web app or using a template, pre-built template. So I'll go with this one, task and planning. Select template and click on this, select this template and name your first app, and you can even choose the icon and the background color and click on create app. After that you will see this window, and here you have project buzz stories team, your team created team which you can add members to. And to edit your created app, you can go to edit in studio. There are two options, edit in studio or edit in Mendix Pro. So Mendix Pro is an offline application that you have to download. You can download it by clicking on this and get Studio Pro. And by clicking here, your download will start. I've already downloaded it. So for now, I'll keep editing it on the web itself. So this is the template that we have used. It is a simple app that displays the to do, in progress, to review and done. It is for it is basically a website which can be used by a team to track the development of a application or whatever work they are doing. So on your left side you have this navigation. You can edit or add workflows, normal workflows, and you can track your pages also. You can add micro flows and edit them. This is your domain model, and here it is your navigation. Like this is basically your menu, what appears on your menu. You can even add a new menu, like I'll add a dashboard and I can name it dashboard. And in this menu I'll display the status of the last task, either it is completed or not. So on this events, on click action, you can add pages. You can add multiple things to this menu like microflow, or if you click on more and then actions, you can choose sign out or open link or close the page. So I'll go with page and then click on this, and here you have to create a new page. So I'll create and name it dashboard, and in layout I'll go with list and this one. You can choose multiple layouts which are already available. So for now I'll go with list and list and click on create. So now your page is created. You can even see it in your page navigation. This one, this is your page. So now that we have created our page, let me explain you something about domain model. So a domain model is basically a structure, or you can say that it is a central to the architecture of your application. So it has three things in it: an entity, an association, and attribute. So entity is like the table in which data is stored, and attribute is the actual storage where your data is stored. So for example, this comment content is an entity. So in this content, we have title, description, due date, priority, status. These are all attributes of this entity content, and the relation between these is comment task. So this is called association. Association is basically, you can say it is a way to get the attribute out of entity, or the value or the data out of entity. So this is what we call association, and this is of three types in Mendix. One is one to many association, other is many to many association, and other is one to one association. So now that we have created our own navigation or menu, which is dashboard and a page, so now our task is to display the status of the last task. So for that we will need a new entity. So now we will see how to create a new entity and show or fetch the data from it. So to create a new entity, we will go to our domain model, and we will drag a new entity from right menu and name it as dashboard. Click on it, click new attributes, name it as status, select type as enumeration, and click on this icon, and then click on create new enumeration, and click on add item, and type in and one more, achieved and missed, and click on create. So now your new entity dashboard is created with attribute status, and this enumeration help us to enumerate two status which are achieved and missed inside this attribute itself. So click on create, and now to form an association between this dashboard and task, click on this arrow and click on task and click select. So now this dashboard is connected to task, as you can see. Now we will create a new attribute in task, name it as completion date, and type will be of date and time, and click on create. So this will help us in determining whether the task is completed on time. So we will mark it as achieved, or if it is not completed on time, then we will mark it as missed. So now we have created a place to store the data, and we have created an association. So we will now go on to add this data to our page, which is dashboard. So we will go to our dashboard, and here we want the data in our entity to appear in this list. So for that, we will delete this container and its column by clicking on delete on our right side menu. So now that it is deleted, click on list view, and here you can see that no data source is added written here. So click on settings, and in database click on entity and click to dashboard. So now it will connect this list to our entity dashboard which we have created. So now it is linked. Click on status and go to content and click on attribute and click on status. Click on select. If it is not already as status, you can do this, but in my case it was already selected, so I have removed this. So now we will go to our task edit page, and here you can see there is no completion date added. In its attribute we have added the completion date, but on this page it is not added. So for that we will add it by duplicating the due date. Just Control C and click on Control V, and on this change its attribute to completion date time and click on select, and it will automatically change its heading. So now you have added it on your task page. So now we will go on to adding new microflow to our application. Microflow are basically custom logic that you can add to your application. So now we will add a microflow which will determine whether the status is achieved or missed based on its completion time. So to do that, go to this done image, and you can see that in events on click action has been set to a microflow. So to see the microflow, you can click on this arrow, go to, and it will show you the microflow of this button. So click on check task, and you can even edit this microflow. Like this set status does that, it set the status to done. So it is written here in a little bit of coding, and this green represents the start of the event and this red represents the end of this event. So we are now going to create our custom microflow by editing this one. So for that, first we will need to create an object. So to create an object, we will go to toolbox and drag and drop create object between end and change task, and now go to its properties and select the entity as dashboard. So what will it do? It will create an object of dashboard and add a new initial member. We will go with select state dashboard status task to task and click on add. You notice this blue dot between create object and end task. When you click on it, it will suggest you some options. This is the Mendix assist which can suggest some normal logics for you. So now we have created an object. Now what will we do? We will check whether the completion date and due date is entered by the user or not. Because based on it, we will select the status of the task. So we will add a decision from toolbox and name it as enter data and click on condition as not equals to empty and not equals to empty. So it will check whether these two datas are filled or not. We'll hit on save. So if no data is entered, what we want is to show the user a dialog box saying to enter the data. So for that we will add a show message in its false and click on information as error, and you can type the data that will pop up. So I'll show enter due date and completion date. And when it is true, we want to check whether completion date is greater than or equal to due date. So for that we will drag in another decision and click on its properties, and we will go on to name it as check condition. And in conditions we will see whether task due date is greater than equal to task completion date. Click on save. So if it's true, we are going to add change the object that we have created here, which is new dashboard, new object. So we are going to go to toolbox and click on change object and drag it and drop it here. If it's true, what we are going to do, click on it and we will go to its properties and select the object which is new dashboard, and we will go to add new value, and we are going to change its status. So what we are going to do is achieved, and click on add, and if it's false, we are going to add a new change object. In property, we are going to select the object as new dashboard, and in add value, we will go to add, and then click on add. So now we have created our microflow, which is basically a custom logic. So now we have added a new menu and a new page, dashboard, where we will display the status of the last task. To see it in action, we will go to preview. Here we can see the app which we have created using our template. So it has already some to-do list pre-added. So we'll go to add a new to-do and click on its title as work, whatever you want. You can choose this due date. I'll go with 7 and completion date will be 6. So it was assigned to me. And I can either choose it status to in to do, then it will display here in to do list. If I choose it in progress, it will display here in progress. If I do it in review, it will display here. And if I select on done, then the status will be showed in my dashboard because I have edited its microflow. So to see whether we have created it correct or not, we will go on to hit on save changes. It asks me to choose the date and features, so I'll select 8 September. Hit on save changes, and now you can see in the dashboard it is achieved. So this is how you can create a web app in Mendix, and you can even publish it by clicking on publish and then publish. And then your app will be published. You can click on publish and click on view current app. Now you can see your published app here. Click on this tab. It will ask you to sign in with your username and password. Now click on confirm and proceed. It will launch your app in its own Mendix cloud storage for now, because it was the environment for free apps. You can edit in your environment tab to Mendix home. And here on environments, you can change the environment. Now here you can see that my app is deployed in Mendix Cloud EU. So you can change it and change the permissions as well. So now we'll go back to our studio, MX Studio. Now this is our published app, which is which was made on a template. I can add a new to do just like before. Select its due date and completion date. Click on assign to me. Click on save changes. Now you can see the new project added in my done, and I can see its status in my dashboard. So we have built a web app using Mendix, and we have seen how to add our custom flow water domain models in this video. And you can even add new users in it, like going on to settings and then click on manage users, and here go to team, and you can invite a new member by clicking on invite. You can enter their email address and then click on add to list. For now I'll enter an example email address. So it will invite users to my app. Now the invites have been sent to them. You can go to team servers and see what all has been done to your app. So this is how you can work on Mendix. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to No Code Cult. Thank you for watching.